All right, we're going to talk about the book Urban Science Education for the Hip-Hop Generation, written by Christopher Emdin. As you can see here, here's the cover of the book, as well as the author, Christopher Emdin, with Albert Einstein. Let's talk a little bit about the author. Chris Emdin was born in 1978, and he's a tenured professor at Columbia University, the Department of Math, Science, Technology at Teachers College. He launched the Center for Health Equality and Urban Science Education with Dr. Barbara Wallace in 2013. He also is a fellow at Harvard University at the W.E.B. Du Bois Research Institute, and he did this in 2013. And his biography describes him as, quote, a social critic, public intellectual, and science advocate. Christopher Emdin, a hip-hop genius. Let's talk a little bit more about him. He works and speaks upon race, culture, inequality, and education, and he's appeared in such likes of the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, Forbes, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. He is a leading researcher in hip-hop, science, and education. A little bit more about him. He developed and partnered with the rapper GZA from the Wu-Tang Clan, and he developed the website Rap Genius, Science Genius Battles, BATTLES. It basically engages students in science through the creation of raps and a final rap battle competition. The bottom here's GZA of the Wu-Tang Clan, and here's Christopher up here smiling in this picture. He also was the founder of the popular hashtag HipHopEd. It's a web chat and social movement. That's hashtag HipHopEd. He attended Brooklyn Technology High School in New York City. Then he attended Lehman College in the Bronx, majoring in physical anthropology, biology, and chemistry, a master's from Rensselaer Polytech Institute in Troy, New York, and he finally got his PhD in urban education with specialization in science, math, and technology. He spent also some years in Africa where he learned to write and speak the local languages. There really isn't anything this young man cannot do. The theme of the book, let's talk about why it won so many awards. Students do not have enough involvement in their own learning processes. That's what hit home for me. They must have the freedom to be creative. They must be allowed to participate in learning by doing. More hands-on learning environment is necessary. Let's dig deeper with student involvement in learning. Student perceptions of being able to learn hands-on. This is what they think about. They need to be more autonomous. They need to have a higher sense of control, independence, and freedom. We need more science engagement. They need to be motivated to learn, higher perceived competence, positive feeling towards subjects. And lastly, they need to be more motivated to read. They need to be engaged behaviorally, cognitively, and emotionally. Here is a picture of some students using computers in a science class at the Pathways in Technology Early College High School, also known as P-Tech. Teachers are motivated to flip the science classroom, and this is what they want to do. Here's a picture of a teacher smiling. He's excited to be in the classroom. His students are engaged. Teachers want to develop student ideas and develop student questions. Teachers need a motivated learning center in science class. They have an uphill battle and difficulty. They have a difficulty teaching science themselves. They get nervous about it. There is a student disconnect with the subject matter of science, and there are too many different strategies on how to teach science. They also have difficulty finding supportive working environment with their coworkers and teachers. They need some more support. And finally, students ask too many questions and it distracts from the subject, the focal point. We need to shift to a new type of classroom. We can do this by exploring a student-centered class. We need to change our best practices and perceptions. Teachers and students both need to do this. We need to examine the method of student-centered learning, and these will be new methods and ideas. Here's a picture of a traditional classroom that we all know, that we grew up with, desks in a row, teacher's voice is the loudest, all are doing the same thing. The teacher's in front here, and she's the source, she's the one, as opposed to flipping the classroom here. Chairs in circles, students talking, different activities, the teacher circulating, walking around, and being a facilitator. This is the type of classroom that we're going for. New methods and ideas in the classroom. How do we make change in the science classroom? Students need to take a leadership role and responsibilities. This is a new learning methods for the students. It's going to make them nervous, unsure, apprehensive, and teachers need to help with this. They need to help by compromising, meeting in the middle, providing that needed structure, and providing additional guidance. After we apply this and we flip the classroom, changing it up for science and the HipHop generation, students are going to collect the information and that they put into practice, and hopefully they learned and understand the lesson plan. That's the goal, right? They will need to learn and understand it. And then teachers need to evaluate how did it go, evaluate the lesson with these things in mind: psychosocial, time, infrastructure, and place. In conclusion, teachers should make time for student-centered learning in the classroom, especially with science. And that is the goal that Christopher Edman had in writing this amazing book. Finally, I included this because I thought that him and Benjamin Franklin are very much alike in certain ways, although they're generations and totally different cultures. Benjamin Franklin said, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn." Thank you very much.